for all time.
How you doing, everybody? I wanted to show you guys this because and do it live like I normally do because I'm learning the game as I go. Hey, Monster X, how you doing? So, one small step. I'm a huge space nut. Okay, I love space games more than you can ever imagine. I don't want to make this a long video because I'm just going to go over some things. I'm trying to figure this out, but I'm going to do a live play of this, and I'll do a review. The reason this has interested me so very much is there have been space games in the past, and I never felt that I got the true feel of the 1960s. You can't imagine the turbulence of trying to do everything that they did in that 10-year period. And for the very first time, I have to say that I'm completely blown away by this remarkable game. Now, I've got to get it down. There's a lot going on here. But that's what makes it so fascinating. It's a work replacement game that kind of, you can play with 4 players and split into teams, and the teams have to work together. You're going to have administrative and engineers. Now think of the political aspect of this, okay? You know, you're trying to get funding, whether you're the USSR or the United States. You're trying to get the people's backing, okay? You're trying to get all these things. Not only are you trying to race against another country, but you're trying to get, have propaganda, raise funds, get support, government support. Then being able to get the right people in place to build that technology. You need a crew, a very incredibly brave crew that is going to go into probably one of the deadliest places in the universe, okay, outer space, in a calculator. Really think about that, and how this all transpires, and how much work within 10 years that these two nations put together. Satellites, manned missions, knowledge and everything else that they tried to do. Not to mention the hazards that had happened. Truly a remarkable, phenomenal experience here. And Uwe has been able to do all that. Hey, Kabook, Mo, Deplorable Rex, Downriver Rick, Monster, good to see you all. I'm going to go through this and give you a feel for this, okay? The one thing I did is I went on last night on the internet to try to see if anybody did anything to give you a feel for this, because this game's coming to Miniature Market very, very soon, as well as you can get it, I'm sure, from Academy Games and the fantastic people there. But I want you to get a real feel for this and understand what this is about, because this is it. This is the definitive race to the moon game. I really believe that. It is something special here. And I don't think you can understand it until I kind of go over it and give you a feel for it and make you understand what's going on here. So let's go to the big boy up top. This is a very big imprint. Okay. So let's take a look here. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So I want to explain things. I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can because I'm learning this on the go. And we're going to try to go through a turn or two so you can get to feel how you have to try to build this engine. It's funny how that works. You're trying to build a work replace engine, but the real engine is you are trying to build the engine to get here. Okay? To get to the moon. You want to get to the moon, from the Earth to the moon. Great series, by the way, folks. You know, Academy of Games, once again, has done it again. So, let's explain some of the things that are here. So, you're going to see my head get in the way and stuff like that. I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible for everyone, so bear with me. All right, so we have over here is our event deck. Over here, okay, the red cube, of course, are the Russians. The blue is the United States. This is our media. Media is going to give you initiative. This here is something that you're going to play when you play the next game. I want to make sure that I tell you what it is. Number 7. That's the advancement deck. You don't use it in the beginning game. There's an overlay that goes over the top here for the first game, because you're going to have all these race, satellite, and crew tokens that are going to come in to play here. Okay? We'll explain that another time. This is a work replacement. You're going to have 4 meeples on your thing. You're going to have engineers, which, as you can see, are very cool looking. You're going to have administration. These 2 have to find a way, these 4 have to find a way to work together for a common goal, while you're taking on over here the Russians. Let me see if I can get that. Oh yeah, I can. This is why we got 27 cameras. Hold on, let me see if I can back this out a little bit and just give you a little bit better. I really want you guys to see. You know, we're going to have the Russian board over here. You know, it's I want you to see things. That's what I want you to do. All right, so, all right, I got my hat backwards, so that doesn't get away. You set up the game by, there's going to be errors here, okay? You're going to have error 1, error 2, and error 3. What am I doing here? Come on, Rob. Oh, I'm hitting everything I possibly can. You also have a ton of tokens that come with this. Now, these are temporary tokens. You're going to use them, and then they're going to be done. These here give you a permanent resource. Capsules, crew. Hold on. I want to make sure I tell you everything correctly. I get crazy when I don't tell you something correctly. All right, each one of those are going to give you different types of things. Of course, this is going to be money. Oops. This is an advancement. This is... You know what? Let me look in the card. Let me look here real quick. I'm going to make sure. That's research. I know that. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I'm just going over. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. Oof. We're going to have capsules. Landing. You got to be able to land. Life support. Okay. Navigation. Sensors. Boosters. Okay. You're going to have the people here are personnel. Money is funding. Materials. Well, they're materials. So all these things are going to play into things that we're going to really take a look at. So you're going to get all that. These we don't bring out till later. I'll explain later. You have here, okay, and I'm going to decide which camera that we're going to use. Hold on. Let's go over here because I want you to see this. Okay. I'm going to move this up here a bit. All right. And on this board, if you see here, it says T-2, T-1, launch. Okay. So you're going to have this thing, and here's where your victory points are. Work replacement here. These are events. These are event cards that you can also place your workers on, or you can claim them. Okay, there's a way to do that. You're going to be able to grab certain cards. As you progress here, you're going to flip these over, and the farther you get, the more victory points you're going to get. Like I said, media up there. Those are satellite tokens, and over to the far right over there is media tokens. Whenever you get up to 8 media, you can subtract 5 and take one of those tokens. Those tokens are going to give you all kinds of bonuses. All right. Now I know what you're saying. Okay. These are crew cards. You can claim these. You have crew cards for each side. Okay. So I'm going to go through this a bit. Remember, I'm going to do my best to explain this as it goes. We're going to do a live playthrough of this, and I really want you to get a feel of this today. Okay? I think you are saying work replacement. That's what I said. Did I miss something? Okay. See, I read the chat and I get all messed up here. Okay. There we go. All right. So, the way this works, there are 7 sequences of play. Okay? The team with the initiative. The Russians always start with initiative, as you can see up there. Why? They had already sent Sputnik up. Okay? So it's very historically correct. A work placement. Work placement. I don't know. Okay. You know me. I'm always making a mess out of things. But just stay with me. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know. So you're going to set up. You're going to get 4 event cards into these slots here. Okay. You're going to have your overlay for your first game. Okay. And you're going to start with countdown. Advanced all missions 1 space towards the launch stage. Okay. There are penalties if you don't launch things correctly. And I'm going to show you what happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this forward. There we go. All right. There we go. Countdown. Done. Okay. Second thing is replenish. Refresh resources. Okay. So if you have any resources that you've used, okay, these are, once you use them, they go back in the box. But if you're able to get a permanent resource, there's 2 sides to it. Okay. One is ready. Okay. And then you can flip it over and you show that you've spent it already. In the replenish state, you get to refresh it. It becomes a permanent fixture, but that's going to take a little work to get that there. Okay. You're going to place 4 new event cards face up on the board game. So if you don't use these or claim these, well, guess what? Discard, and we're going to place 4. We're going to place 4 new ones there. Okay. We don't do that on the first turn because we already done it. We're in era 1, the very first era, which is just glorious. Okay. The next thing is you're going to draw 2 cards. Okay. So that's going to be our third phase. So essentially, it doesn't matter how you do it. but the person with initiative should always do it. So it is going to be the Russians. Now, the way it's done, okay, which is pretty fascinating here. Like I said, Russians have initiative. So we went through our countdown. So now, I want to make sure that we do this right. Mission cards. Okay. So now what happens is, countdown, advance all things forward. Okay, now we're in draw 2 cards. We're going to draw a mission card, either type. Okay. And an administrator, you're going to draw 2 cards, one for administration, one for engineers. Okay. You could draw a satellite or a crew mission card. You kind of want to wait on your crew mission cards, okay? So you're going to want to draw a satellite card to start off. So the Russians, because they have initiative, they're going to draw this card here. Now, I want you to take a look at this card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch cameras again. I'm doing my best to try to explain this, folks. All right. So, as you can see here, this is a minor success and a major success. Okay, you have to be able to pay these two things. If you can pay all 4, you're going to get everything here. I'll explain all this stuff later. If you fail to pay any of this, whether minor or major, there's going to be a penalty. As you can see, -2 media. All right, so that's going to hurt you. This goes into T-2 every single time. Boom. All right. So we're going to do the same thing. Administrative. Now it's going to be our turn for an administrative. We're going to draw a card. Okay, airspeed record. That's it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oops, I did that wrong. Okay, that's all right. We're good. I got it. We actually drew the surveyor. Okay, great. All right. Well, let's go up top again. So now that the administrative department went for both sides, now the engineer department's going to draw. Then they could draw one of the following cards. They can draw another satellite mission. Okay, from the shared satellite deck. They can draw a crew mission card from their team pile here if they decide to, or they can draw an event card and keep that card in their hand. We're not going to look at this card. I'm going to put one there. And I'm going to put one here because these cards can really help you. Okay? So that's the way we're going to do that. All right? So that's phase 3. So we did that. Now we're going to be placing our workers. Okay? So the Soviets are going to go first. Okay? Now I want you to look at this. I'm going to pull this off so we can really take a look at this. Okay? If I want to make sure I get guys. Okay, so you have an administrator here, and then you have it in you have your engineer here. Okay, if you're the Soviets and you decide, well, I want to put here. Now these are hazard cards. You're going to give somebody a hazard card, and you're going to put it on one of their missions. That's going to cause them they're not supposed to look at it. It's going to cause them to fail a mission. You're trying to get them to fail a mission so you can get ahead in the space race. But if I put this here, and I really wanted to get my administrative guy here, I can't. Once I put a guy here, that blocks out everything. It even blocks it out for the Americans as well. So I've got to choose wisely and make sure I do what I need to do. There's going to be dice with resources on it. As you can see, there's a gray die. I would roll that, and I would claim those 2 resources down there. Or I can choose to roll the red die, which is for the satellites. I'm going to need that to launch my satellites somehow. Okay? So you're going to have to find out what you really need. You have this infinity thing here that's going to help you, that you could place either one guy of your guys on there. Okay, so that's always going to come into play. Or you can come down here and place your guys and use the bottom row here of this card. Okay? Because you can use any one of these rows. You can place you can place an administrator here, which would give you three media. You can place an engineer here, which you would roll a die and get a possible resource. Okay, so you're gonna need that. Okay, and I always forget what that is. You know what? I got to put my card in here. Oh, boosters. You're going to need boosters to get your satellites going. Okay, you want to get some success in here. So if you really want to kind of get things going, you're going to decide what you're going to want to do. It's not going to be simultaneous. The Soviets will get to go first. So just looking at this, I want to get more resources because I've got to negotiate these launch things. If I fail, it's going to cost me. Now with the altitude record, it's not going to cost me that much. We start with two resources. I have right there. I have materials and I have funding, and we have the same thing over here. They're random. You could pick any of them. I could have picked personnel as well, but I just decided to go that way. So why don't we start? And the first thing I think the Soviets would like to do is we're going to go right here and we're going to roll, and we're going to see what that's going to give us. That is going to give us navigation. So we've got one navigation. Hopefully that would help us. Now, up top, it's now the Americans' turn. I'm going to bring this forward just a bit, just so we can see. All right, and I think, kind of like this, because I kind of need, or I can go right down there. Either way, now I can do some of these other symbols. I'll explain these symbols as we do them. At this point, I'm going to turn over this card and see if there's something. I have Alan B. Shepard. Now, he is a crew member. He's going to go off to the side. I can place him down, and he doesn't have any cost. I can play a personnel, and I can get a bunch of different things, or I can put my administrator, but we'll worry about that another time. Place personnel tokens on personal cards. Optional. Oh, I don't play this until I play cards. Okay, sorry. But I was showing you something a little ahead of time. Like I said, I'm figuring this out at the same time. We're all figuring this out together. So, you know something? I think I got to try to roll, because I have to try to at least get this mission off the ground here. And I got it. All right. So I got that token that I'm going to want to play during the launch. You want to be able to spend satellite and crew tokens to launch mission cards, okay, from the launch stage. Okay, I want to get that out there. So I'm going to be able to do that, okay? Now the card here, it comes with this card. There is an advanced summary that shows you everything that's underneath here and explains everything here. So I wanted to show you guys that. So now it is the Soviet turn. And honestly, I think they're going to come up with the administrator action. They're going to read the satellite die and gain a temporary satellite. I think that's going to help them. So we're going to go up here and hold on here. Let me move this over here. Okay, there we go. A little better look at the board here. So I'm going to put that right down here. And that's going to block out that entire space there. So now we're going to roll this again. Let's see what we can get. Oh, we got another we've got another navigation, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Okay. 2 navigation. Now you could trade those in for one solid navigation. All right, so our next move is I'm going to come over here to booster testing, and I'm going to want to try. I want to try to get a data die. Oh, and I do, and I do, and I do. So we're going to get that, and we're going to put that in our satellite resources. Excellent. All right, it's going to come back to the Soviet. So let's take a look at the Soviet event card. All right, so PR tour. You would have to pay for that. We're going to discard this. We're going to put this over here and we're going to discard it, because what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to put our guy right here. And what that says here, okay, and I'm going to show you so you guys can see it, so it's close. Discard an event card from your hand to gain a temporary resource of your choice. This card is discarded into the game box, not into your team discard pile. Well, we're off to the side. It's gone. So what I want to get is, I'm looking at my launch record, and what I want to do is I want to get myself, yeah, you got it. I want to get some thrust there. That's going to help me a lot. Now I've got that all figured out where I can do the minor and the major, and I'm going to get all this stuff here when I go to launch this. And, you know, the same thing here. They're going to get all this stuff. But we can do some damage to each other. We really, really could. There's some nasty things that we could do here. And, for instance, well, I can't do that because we've already got something here, so that blocks that out. Well, we can trade in things. What's this here? It says draw a card from the event deck. From the event deck, the satellite mission deck, or your team crew mission deck, but gain 2 media. Well, that's a good one. That would be good. The problem is that we've already used our engineers. It's an engineer action. So I've got to pick an administrative action here. Spend 2 resources to gain a media bonus tile or a crew bonus tile. We have crew bonus tiles over here. Let me just move those up over there. Unlimited action. I think we're going to move somebody onto the unlimited action. You could put as many people here, and I'm going to gain a personnel. I think a personnel is going to help us at some point here. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to put that personnel right there. Now the Soviet can. I think he wants to gain two media. We could do an action 5 and gain 4 media here. So that might help us a lot. So we're going to go right down there. And now we're going to move 5 media up. 4 media. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can jump back 5 and gain one of those tiles, which are going to help you. And I'll show those tiles once again up top here. So you would gain those tiles up there. All right. And finally, we've got our boy, our administrative boy here, our guy. Oh boy, we can grab a temporary resource of anything that we want. Well, we want to keep up with media, but not really. But we can do an administration action 2 here. Spend one less resource to immediately purchase a development card from your hand. Alright, well, no, that's not going to help us. Draw. Now, there's no limit to the hand that you can have. Draw a card from the event deck, satellite mission deck, or your team crew deck. Also gain 2 media. I'm going to go with that. I think that's a good action right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that right here. All right. And what we're going to do here is that's going to move this up 2 media. And we're going to grab a card from the event deck. We got John Glenn. Oh, yeah. Now, you can only have 3 personnel at any time. You can see there's a little slot here for our personnel, which is really cool. So now that we've done that, place personnel tokens on personnel cards. Okay, the first turn, we don't have any personnel cards out. Play up to 2 cards from your hand. Must pay the cost for each card. All right, these are 2 personnel. They don't cost anything. They would have a cost right here on the side. So I'm going to place these 2. We've got John Glenn and Alan Shepard, my hero. My hero when I was a kid. All right. Now, like I said, you could play personnel tokens here, and you can get all this stuff here. Or you can place your administrator here and possibly get things. All right. Must pay the cost. Oh, no, you can't do that part. You can only do this part if they're in your hand. If these guys were out here, I've got to check that. Okay. Now comes the launch. Okay. Spend satellite and crew tokens to launch mission cards from launch stage. So, this card right here is going to launch. First of all, we have to pay the cost for the minor. Okay. Boom. All right. No problem. But we can also pay the cost for the major. So now we get all 3 of these things. And I'm going to go through these things one at a time. Actually, we should do the Russians first. The Great Soviets. And we're going to pay 1 of each. Okay. They also, too, have the same type of thing. So what's going to happen here? I'm going to show you. They're going to get 1 extra media. Okay. That's a monster right there. Actually, they're going to get 3 media total. Remember, we get everything on this board. Okay. They're also going to take 1 of these tokens right here. They're going to get 1. We're going to put it over there for now. All right. We'll take a look at it later. Okay. The next thing is upgrade a temporary resource to a matching permanent resource. That's what this symbol is. So this is a great thing that can happen. So now what do you want to do? Do you want to, they have funding that they can upgrade? I would upgrade funding. Okay. Because funding, I got a feeling, is going to pay later on. So now they have a permanent funding. Okay. So now when they spend it, it doesn't go away. Now, if you spend any of these other tokens, once you spend them, they go back to the box. The permanent stays in play, and that is going to be a permanent feel to it. All right. Next thing is they're going to roll the red die and get a resource. All right. They've got some thrust there. Outstanding. So that's going to go over, and that's the entire Russian, Soviet turn. What's going to happen is now this card is going to be discarded. These resources are going to go back to the box. And there we go. All right. Now it would be the Americans' turn as well. Now they can do the same thing here. Okay. They're going to get 4 resources. So we've got 3 plus 1 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. They're going to get a token as well. All right. And they're going to get they're also going to have a chance to upgrade a resource. Well, we're going to roll this first. Oh, you cannot upgrade the same resource. That's right. If you just claim a resource, like I just claimed this resource, and I said, oh yeah, I want to upgrade that. Well, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Okay. I believe I'm forgetting something, because each time we go through each one of these cards, we get to roll on the T-2. So for the Russians, they get another thrust. And for us, we get another data. All right. So that's going to go there. So we've got 2 data here. That can be big later on. See, there's a little icon there. T-2, and then when that all slides at the beginning of the turn, we would do that. So we did that. We paid that. We got that. Okay, so these go away, and this gets discarded as well. So I'm just going to put that over there. And I'm going to put these tokens back there. And that I did. So that is a whole sequence of how this is played. Okay? There's more to it, of course, as we keep going. So let me come up top here. All right, Nick Hayes. I've gone to see 2 shuttle launches. I live in Florida. I've got to see every single one of them. We've watched them. It's funny because people would be working here. I'm just going to come up top and just talk a little space with you guys. If we knew there was a shuttle launch, work would just stop and everybody would go outside and watch. It was always very good. Booper Duper, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, so next, what you would start to do is you would start to play. You want to check this. Well, this is 5 victory points. This is 5 victory points. So the minute we got this, we would add 5 victory points, which is cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that gets discarded over there. What did they get? Oh, they got something special here. Okay. So now what they can do is... Oops. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. Let me show you. I turned over my satellite, and boom. I get 5 victory points. They turn theirs over. They're going to get a life support, and they can hand a hazard out. Okay? All right, life support is going to go over there. And they can hand the hazard out. So they would draw a hazard, and they would put it on any one of my missions. So they would look at it and say, well, we're going to put it on this mission. I can't look at that until I launch that mission. I don't know what kind of penalty or cost that's going to cause me. Let's just turn it over, for instance, and see what it does. All right. So inherent guidance fault. So I would have to pay these additional costs. I would have to pay this additional cost and 1 victory point. So I would go down 1 victory point, and I would have to pay a data. I wouldn't know that until I got here and I had to pay that. Now, if we were trying to launch one of these right here, and as you can see, we would the moon symbol here, and that's where we start moving things on the moon. If we're able to pay a lunar landing and kind of get that off, we'd have to pay all this stuff here, and we would get, of course, to move up on the moon. And by doing that, we would take our token here, whoops, and we would come, boom. Well, on the American side, we would get to flip that over. That would give us 5 additional points because we claimed that first. So you keep on working your way up here, okay? If we failed this, losing victory points losing media. It does a lot of things here. So as you can see, you have all these different types of cards that you can run into and that are going to help you advance to the moon. And that's what you're trying to do here. So as you grab those cards, you got to watch out for these hazard cards as well. So we would have had this on here, which I would have known anyways. That would have got tossed back over here, has gone, and then you just have this thing where I would advance all these missions, and then we would grab when it's time, we would grab another mission card, and we would always roll whenever we put a mission card down the T-2 to see what we end up with, and both sides would get that. So I think you have a little bit of a feel for this, and just the beginning. There's a lot that's added to it. Like I said, up on top here, at any point I can go back 5 and I would get one of these tokens. Now this would give me a whole bunch of funding, which is going to help me with some of the things that I probably might want to try to accomplish throughout here. All right, because paying money and funding is going to help you, help you through this whole thing. There's going to be personnel that you need, and of course, all kinds of different things that you're going to try to gather these resources and try to pay for a lot of these different types of cards. Like all this goes away now, and we would pull out. Remember, as the error goes. All right, so that gets discarded, so we would draw 4 more. And you'll see, you ignore that. Okay. See it where funding, you can buy cards. If you have these cards in your hand, you can buy these and then bring these down and be able to claim these 2 things, which is going to give you victory points and data. Okay. All right. So as you claim these into your hand, this is where the agency part is going to come in. Okay. This is where your research and your sensors, and then of course you got people here. You're going to put this on here to be able to roll the gray dice, which is going to give you a certain amount of things, personnel and money. There's always 2 things on this particular die, and then you're going to want to get this stuff because you're going to want to get these things launched so you can move that token and really try to speed things along. So I think you got a good feel for this. Yeah, they have media on max. So what they would do is go back 5, and they would also grab one of these tokens. And what that would do is they would get a personnel and two victory points. So what I plan on doing is playing this off camera a couple more times and make sure that we have this down. But I really want to kind of show you this and show you how smart this is. And I'm not even playing with everything. There's advanced rules, and I just wanted to show you kind of an overview of what a phenomenal experience this is. Because when you look at this as a whole, okay, when you look at this as a whole, it's very smart. You have this thing that the administration can only do so much, the engineers can only do so much, and you've got to balance them to do enough on each side to get your engine going, to get your Saturn V going, to get your Soviet engine going, so you can start propelling yourself towards the moon. And I think that's what just makes this absolutely fantastic. And the cards change everything. There's a lot of different little nuances that come into play here. Blocking certain things out. The beginner game, nice and easy, gets you the feel of the mechanics. And then the advance is where it really sinks in, because you start adding in these cards here, these other cards. Hold on here. Just want to make sure I call them correctly. And then you take that sheet away. The advancement deck, okay? And coming up here, this is where you can get some of these advancement cards. Let's go up top here. And some of these things are just nasty. Leader in innovation, okay? It's going to take 2 material and then one of these, oh, God. I got to get the symbols down. I'm killing us. Trying to explain this. Advancements, yeah. Advancement symbol. You're going to have to get these type of tokens. So you're going to pay this. Oh no, you're going to actually pay this to buy one of these, I believe. And what you're going to do is you'll gain 6 victory points when you purchase this card. Any phase. Phase 7, you may convert temporary tokens into a victory point maximum of 3. So there's certain ways. Maybe on your last turn you wanna cash that in to try to really push things out. This is just I get a lot of games. I go, oh God, I got to read the rules on this. Okay, I got this, and I have been fascinated with this because of what this does and how well it represents the agencies. Okay, the political aspect and the media aspect of it. Okay, the smartness of the cards, how first of all, there's a lot of beautiful text on here. Okay, it gives you a lot of data too. On April 12, 1961, aboard the Vostok, I can't say it, Yuri Gagarin became the first man in space. He also became the public face of the Soviet space program. Okay, just a lot of neat things. And of course, my hero, Alan B. Shepard. I would buy this game just for this card alone. Okay, Shepard was the first American in space on the Freedom 7 suborbital flight, May 5th, 1961. He later commanded Apollo 14. He was also on the moon, folks. So not only was he part of the Gemini project, he was also part of the Apollo project. All right, phenomenal. And hats off to, once again, the brilliant Academy Games. I have yet to play a bad game by this company. This is just tremendous, and it's very exciting because I am a very big space nut, and I really, really love games like this. Poor Gus. Yeah. Yep. Gus Grissom. Brave men. And the sad thing is, when we moved down here, one of the first things I wanted to do, I knew he was living out by the Cape. Oh God, I'm trying to remember what. Oh God, he was living out there. I was hoping that I would meet him because all I wanted was a photo and an autograph. And they used to have him come up to the Space Center every once in a while, but unfortunately, like a year or two later, I couldn't get out there, and he had passed away. So that was one thing I always regretted, was not meeting a personal hero of mine. I wanted to show you guys something. I'm going to be back in 1 second. I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry I took a few minutes. Gabby was not behaving. I wanted to show you some of the t-shirts that we had designed. We've got to redesign these. So this is I don't like this one. The Arena League. So we have an Arena League t-shirt. I do like this one. This is our War and Pieces t-shirt. It's always one of my favorites. We've been working on this with Teesprings. I want to show this because Kabuki's in here. So Kabuk, permadeath for life. I don't like the thing on the back. I gotta fix that too. And then this one we got to make the logo a little bit smaller. As you can see, Rob Oren, home of the permadeath. And then you got a hashtag permadeath for life. So I wanted to show you guys those very, very quick. And you can get those at Teesprings. So at any time. All right. There you go. So yeah, just a couple of good laughs, because that's the way we do it. It really seems to invoke the massive undertaking that the space race. I might have to pick this one up, Rob. Thanks. You're welcome, your lore. I think this is a really great game to pick up. I think this is something that everybody needs. A lot of people didn't, younger people don't understand that they flew up in a calculator. Okay, they flew up in a calculator. All right, so just a lot of things to understand here. Really phenomenal stuff. So there you go. There you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just a nice quick look. We will be doing this live. I think I'm going to try this Monday. Or maybe Monday morning we'll do it. We'll see how it goes, Monday or Tuesday. And we'll do the full game, and we'll see how it plays off. I want to do it a couple more times so I'm not flipping through things, everything. And we'll have a lot of fun with it. And then I'll give a review, which is going to be glowing, of course. Another great job by Academy. Quality, quality. Quality. I say that all the time. Quality. They do a great job. All right, folks. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Tomorrow morning we have football. We have Sabutio. I hope you'll join us. And then we'll take it from there. Okay? All right. Love you all. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.